Do, I've got to dance to the elevator music, man. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to video number 478 billion tonight on the chat. Oh, it's good to see so many people already here. It's good to see so many people waiting to jump onto the fan view. I'm so excited to see so many people here. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. This is the fan view live. I've got a feeling it's going to be a busy one tonight. So if you're watching this now and you're, that isn't elevator music, by the way. What I say, it's Final Fantasy VII music, one of the greatest games of all time. So what I will say, by the way, if you're going to chat tonight, and it'd be good to chat to so many of you, there's going to be a lot of people, so I'm going to try and give it just a 3 to 4 minutes to everyone, because I want to make sure I can get through lots of people. So if I push you off, I'm not being rude. It's just I'm trying to get through as many people as I possibly can, because it's all about opinion. It's all about diversity, and especially after a night like that, where we're all on cloud nine and we're all the happiest people in the world right now, because I've got so many people waiting in, and I know there's a limit of how many people can join. So what I'm going to do is get through. I think I've got Jake, Lagan, Sila, Lewis, Safi, and Rohan all waiting. So I'm going to get to those one by one. And then after that, guys, I'll have to kick you out of the green room because I need to get a lot of other people in, of course. But I'll be coming to all one by one. If you are watching and you want to become a member, all you've got to do is go to youtube.com/Esteemed Company/join. I'll put a top comment, actually. I'll do that right now. Let me do that. To have your, I'm typing out as I'm saying this, to have your say, go here. Have you become a member? I'm just typing this out now so people will know. Basically, it's my way of saying thank you to the members, so we can all have a chat about Man City after a night like that. Who doesn't want to talk about Man City? I'm going to pin this comment. /join. There we go. So if you want to become a member and have your say with me, you're more than welcome to. Pin message is done. There you go. It's all there at the top of the thing. And then then you'll be able to find us over on the community tab. But either way, see you win 2-1. Jake, I hope you're there, mate. You can hear me. I'm coming to you, mate, now. Looks like Jake's driving, actually, I think. Hopefully he isn't. Hopefully he's all right either way. Where is he?
How you
Jake,
doing,
hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm
You're
good,
right.
mate. Whereabouts in the world are you?
Well, we've got the supporters club in Dallas, Texas, mate. That's what.
Oh,
That's where
nice,
we're
man. Don't worry about eyes on the road, by the way. It's fine, man. It looks like you're driving.
No,
so
no, I'm
eyes
good.
forward.
I'm good. I sent you a
Jake,
message, but it's all right. Yeah. No stress.
No, it's good. I've not look, if anyone's DM'd me or anything like that, by the way, I've not seen it because I've just been so busy. But Jake, good to meet you, man. Good to meet you as well. It's good to put a face to the name. How are you doing, man? How are you feeling after that
It was brilliant.
pretty historic night?
Yeah, we were just at the pub. Obviously, got the supporters group. Good atmosphere. Obviously, in America, the pubs that do show the games, they tend to draw fans from different clubs, and it was great to be sitting next to a bunch of Liverpool fans that were just having a terrible night. It was brilliant. But no, it was good times, and honestly, yeah, I guess the main thing that I would say, and everybody's going to say it, is Phil Foden is an absolute legend. The kid, it's not only the work he does on the ball, but there was a moment where he tracked back, covered Zinchenko, made a great tackle inside the box, and things like that. I mean, it's special. It makes you feel good to be wearing blue, you know? It's good.
It does, man. It really does. It is
Yeah.
You're right. It is special because I mean, when you've got someone, and I can't quite put into words how good his technical ability is. He's genuinely, mesmerically talented. Maybe Guardiola was exaggerating when he talks about how talented he was and about being the best. Maybe he was exaggerating about how talented he is. And, he said he was the most naturally talented player he's worked with. Maybe probably was exaggerating, but he's not that far off. That's the point I'm making. He's that talented, isn't he?
Brilliant. And I don't know what commentators you had in your telecast when you were watching it, right? But you know the people, the commentators in the game that we were watching, just all going on about how Jude Bellingham is the best English talent coming up, and you look at it, and the same man is on the field, which is Phil Foden, and he's just doing works. He's just brilliant. I mean, the kid it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
No. Don't get me wrong, Bellingham was fantastic over both ties. He's a brilliant player. But yeah, but Foden is he's the crown jewel right now for a reason. And once again, 2 goals. I mean, Bellingham should have 2 goals to be fair as well. We're being honest in the first leg as well. But either way, like Foden tonight, like once again, it wasn't just the ability; it's the work rate, wasn't it? Not desire, not the commitment, man. He means it. He cares, man. He cares about it in the way that we care about it. And like,
it was his cross that set up the penalty as well. I mean, the thing is he did a lot, and you know, you see Kevin. And the last thing I'll say, because I know there's loads of people that want to interact, and I think that's brilliant.
No, don't worry, man. You've got a few more minutes. It's great.
Oh, right, fair. there was a moment where Sterling came on. It was the 87th, 88th minute, and we're making our first change, and Sterling comes on, and you see him, basically not make the run, and I'm a coach myself. I played at a professional level, so when I see a player come on,
nice.
It just bugs me. He didn't make the movement. The ball got played to the outside of him, and he just gave up on it. And you see the work that Kevin and Phil are doing. And the ball gets switched across the back line by Dortmund, and you see Phil Foden open up his legs and just go, and he pressures the line. He prevents the switch. It's just different,
Well, it shows the world of difference, doesn't it? Between where it shows the world difference where Sterling is at mentally at the moment. He's his confidence is shot where Foden is. It's like we need Sterling to find that confidence again. But either way, I mean, the positive tonight, man. It was a big night. I'm hoping that's the change that we need, mate, to push us forward, because it does feel like. It feels to me like that was a lie in the sand moment tonight. It does feel that way. But Jake, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Get home safely. All right,
and
thank you.
All the best, Steven. Love watching your videos. I've been watching for ages, and keep up the good work, mate.
Well, if you keep watching, I'll keep making them, Jake. Thank you so much, man.
Cheers,
I'll catch you soon. I'm going to kick you out so you don't have to worry about it. Keep your hands on the wheel, okay? Catch you in a bit. Catch you in a bit. Yeah. What an absolute legend, Jake, is. You don't forget you can have your say as well. There's so many people already waiting. I can see Lagan, Sila, Lewis, Safi, Rohan. Who else is in the green room? There's a couple more people hanging around. It's not showing me. Sean's there and someone else, far side as well. But I will be on with you guys very soon. I'm going to try and get to 3 or 4 minutes for everyone. But if you want to have your say, don't forget, on an historic night, youtube.com/Esteemed Company/join. But at least just drop a like or get in the comments or whatever for now. I'm coming to you, Lagan. How you doing, mate? How you doing, James?
Hello, I'm good. I watched this game.
that definitely triggered some people last time. But at least
sorry,
you caught this game, man. Don't worry about it. No, it's mate. As long as you're okay, that's all I care about, mate. But tonight was good, though.
Yeah.
Tonight was good, wasn't it? What did you think of the game?
Yeah, I mean, a good game. About time we made it past the quarters.
Yeah, massive.
Now
And we did it. We fought.
Now on to the 5-year semi-final curse.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, yeah. Fucking hell. I mean, hopefully. One thing we will know, mate, is that at least this next game will be better than the Pellegrini game with Real Madrid. I'm almost certain it'll be better.
Yeah.
Because that game was dire, wasn't it?
I mean, I wasn't around, supporting, really watching football at the time of that game, but I've watched it since, but I'm like, I don't.
You're only young, man. You're only young, aren't you? So
yeah.
It's so that was a while back now, I guess.
Yeah, that was what was it, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
Because I only started really supporting for the Centurions season.
Yeah. And I mean, you've seen us fucking come so far already in such a short space of time, man. What was the difference tonight for Man City for you, man, compared to previous seasons?
We scored goals. We scored more goals than the opponent. That's what we did.
It was simple as that. I mean, some football is simple as that, really. I guess, really. I mean, was there anyone who stood out? Was there anyone who stood out for you in particular?
Well, of course, like a Phil Foden had a good game. Jude Bellingham, I thought, had a really good game for Dortmund as well.
Yeah, I remember actually. It felt like deja vu because we were saying this after the first leg, weren't we? As well, but they're both quality footballers, man. We need to basically realize how many good talents we've got. I guess for England, because it's England are very lucky. I know you're Scottish, but it's incredible for England. But are you confident about PSG?
I can't wait to watch England absolutely somehow mess up this whole young talent generation that they've got coming through.
Oh, they'll find a way. They definitely will find a way. I mean, how are you feeling about the PSG game? Are you confident, man?
The PSG. I mean, well, we conceded 1 goal against Dortmund over 180 minutes. 180 minutes. We conceded 1 goal against Dortmund, or 2 goals. The 2 goals we conceded. 2 goals against Dortmund. That's not bad at all.
No, not bad at all.
Considering the attacking talents they had. We kept Erling Haaland quiet for that long.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredibly impressive. Like, the quality footballers. And to be honest, I'm happy. I feel like this is I feel like this should change things for City now,
Yeah.
mate. I feel like they should feel confident because if you can't, like, I don't think it was about beating big teams. I think it was about beating teams like Dortmund and Lyon and Monaco. You know, the ones that aren't quite that level.
Yeah.
But I feel that was a mental
mean,
block there. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy we don't have the trifecta of German clubs now for the semis.
yeah. I mean, at least we're past them. At least we're past them, man. But what's your prediction for PSG? Do you think we'll do it?
PSG. I think it's too early for predictions for PSG at the moment.
That's a fair call, man. That's a fair call.
Yeah.
That's a fair call.
I'm gonna wait until we've played the likes of Chelsea and Villa first.
Yeah.
And then,
No, yeah, of course, man. Because lots can change, can't it, from those games as well? Because obviously, like we've got like a final coming up as well, and it's like which is
a lot will change as well.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. I'm
But, like,
gonna
if
get
we
on
get,
somebody
like,
else because so many
if we
people
get an
saying
injury-
because
If we get an injury to like a Diaz or a Stones, someone like that next week, then I don't think we'll get past PSG.
oh well, let's not wish that. Let's not say that into existence.
But-
let's not. Like, we need them. We need them around, man.
But
We need them around.
But one thing I will say is that going to that first leg against PSG off the back of winning a trophy would be a huge confidence booster for the squad.
Yeah, massively. Like, I mean, I this is why I love the Carabao Cup, by the way. I love winning it mid-season because I feel like it gives you a bit of a boost towards the end of the year. So hopefully that'll be enough. Mate,
And
there's so many
especially
people waiting. I'm going to get on to someone else if that's all right, man. Because
Yeah.
I can see a few people saying they've got the oven on, so they want to have a stay before they go have the dinner and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's good chatting to you, man. Come on, we're through.
Yeah,
Catch you soon, mate.
I was just gonna say very quickly.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
The fact of playing in front of a limited number of fans, the game before the PSG game, I think it's really going to energize the players before we go into that
possibly.
game.
No, you're right because that'll definitely be a thing. I mean, hopefully we're picking up a trophy
Like,
for the fans will be a
psychologically.
massive thing as well. Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely, mate.
Yeah,
Catch you soon, man.
anyways,
Catch you
I'll
soon.
see you later.
In a bit, dude. See you later. Who can I get on next? Rowan can go before Sider. He says, "All right, I'll bring on Rowan." To be honest, Rowan for a couple of minutes, and then I'll go to Shaw because he's got to go as well. But then I'll get to Siler on as well. Rohan, I'm going to because Siler's next, and Siler's bumped Rohan up. Rohan, are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm there.
How you
Can
doing,
you hear
man?
me?
Did you enjoy the game? Yeah, I can hear you good.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
the game. It's actually 3:30 in the morning in
Wow,
my place in India, and what
mate,
a game
you must
it
be
was.
knackered. You must be absolutely
Yeah.
knackered. But yeah, 3:30. But it was worth it. It was worth it, Rohan. You
Yeah,
stayed
it
all
was
up.
really worth it.
What was yes, Sean's put in the private chat. You'd be waking up for work at that time. What was the difference tonight for you, mate? Because obviously we got over that mental block.
I really think that the confidence that Guardiola has brought in this season after that winning streak, like City are way more confident this time. Like against Lyon, they were like kind of shaken down at times. So that
Yeah, no,
confidence
definitely.
was really good.
No, I do feel like there's a confidence in the team. Do you think it feels different this year? And if it is different this year, Rohan, do you think there's any particular players made it that way, or do you think it's down to Guardiola?
I really think the impact Diaz has made, like making Stones big. You would have never imagined Stones being this consistent, and he's been playing so much this season. Like last season, you would have never imagined Stones playing that much. Like he's really
No, exactly.
made Stones into a really good player. So I really think the impact Diaz has had has been quite phenomenal, and he may be one of the reasons why City have been so good this season.
Yeah, no, like Diaz has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, you can only see the. I thought Stones was really impressive in terms of reaction because maybe was slightly at fault for their goal. I mean, it was a minor thing, like he slightly got on the wrong side of the ball. It wasn't a big deal, and there was still a deflection between that. But I thought his reaction was really good. The reaction, of course, Foden. How good can Foden be, mate? Like, what's the limit for Foden in terms of ability?
Foden has just been incredible. Like I think he's at the levels of Haaland right now because
That good.
yeah, he's been so consistent in big games. The Liverpool game, both the legs in the Dortmund tie. He's been so consistently good in these big games.
That's it. He's a big game player, isn't he? He does seem to have that attitude that elevates him to do really, really impressive things. Like that, you can't really teach that. You either have that or not. And he does seem to come alive, doesn't he, in those big games? Which is why I'm excited about him going to the very, very top, man. Rohan, mate, go and get into bed. It's 3:30 in the morning. It's
Yeah,
good
I go
chatting
to
to you,
sleep.
man. But
Good night.
yeah, you go sleep. Hopefully you'll sleep wonderful and dream of Guardiola
Yeah.
and Phil Foden, and hopefully it'll be wonderful. Catch you later, mate. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the support, mate.
Good
Love you
night.
loads. See you later, pal. Bye bye. Siler, I'm coming to you, man. I hope you're good. Have I pronounced that correctly?
Yeah, it's silent.
Yes. Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you. Thank you for becoming a member. How are you doing? You good? You happy? You got a nice little setup going on there as well.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good considering before the game I thought I was going to die of a heart attack. I mean, I woke up and I was immediately nervous for the day. And when Mahrez stepped up, I had the paramedics on standby. I thought I was going to die.
I'm not sure if you're watching the watch along, but I literally checked my heartbeat during that. And he went up to, I got one of those little oximeter things and I checked it. It was like 125. It was like, I was like, I was so fucking nervous. And like, my reaction was like, yes, penalty. They went, oh no, penalty. Like, how many fan bases have got to the point where they're conditioned to panic over a penalty? It's meant to be a good thing. And I was shitting it, man. But that must be a big moment for Mahrez as well, by the way, because obviously, the Anfield incident where he missed that penalty. Is it fair to say that that's kind of slightly hung over his Man City career as well? Because it feels like it has a little bit, doesn't it? Like,
I think so.
Not that it's a fair hanging over, but it definitely feels like it's always been there in the back of people's minds a little bit. So, could this be a big moment for him individually? And how big is this for Manchester City as well as a club?
I think it's huge. I mean, the fact that we made a penalty in a situation where we absolutely had to make it. And you mentioned the Anfield incident with him. And every time we take a penalty, and especially tonight when he stepped up, I think of that. Like I go back to that one specifically. I mean, if he makes that one back then, maybe we don't have to win every single game the rest of the season. That season, I mean, we did, so it doesn't really matter. But such a huge moment in his career, and tonight might have put that in the past, which is fantastic.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Do you think this changes anything for City now? Like, I mean, because I'm not sure if it's just a relatively simple, reductive argument. Like, is it a case of that curse is put to bed? Because obviously, I put it on the thumbnail title, curse is broken, and we're all doing that because it's fun to say that. But is it actually broken? Do you think the anxiety will still be there? I guess my theory is that it was the middling teams that we were scared of, not necessarily the bigger teams, because we beat Real Madrid last year, and we looked quite comfortable beating Madrid. Not comfortable, but I felt like we weren't as panicky as we have been against Lyon or Monaco. Or do you think it's a case of that it's over, man?
For that specifically, yes, it feels like that. At least for penalties, I still won't feel comfortable the next penalty we get. Still won't until Ederson steps up. I still will not feel comfortable. But
let's be honest.
For the tournament itself, I feel like a weight's been lifted off me, and I don't even play the game. Like I'm just watching. And I
feel exactly the same, man.
I know we haven't won it. Like obviously that's what everyone wants. That's what our rivals are waiting for, is for us to win it. And I just feel so much better regardless. And I'm pretty nervous about PSG because they're so good. I mean, I don't know. People don't rate them. People are like, oh, they're just some rich club that buys players. Like, no, they're freaking good. Like,
you have to take any club seriously that's got Mbappe and Neymar. It's as simple as that, because they are two of the best players in world football, and we know our defense can get the yips every now and then, be a little bit, like a bit nervous and stuff. So there's no doubt that they will cause problems, and there's no doubt that PSG are going to score over those two legs. They're going to. They are too good not to. And I guess we have to be absolutely intensely brilliant to get through this game. I mean, but this could frame the season now. Like, I mean, obviously it's a boost. We know it is. But how much of a boost? Do you think it changes anything ahead of the Chelsea game, ahead of the Aston Villa game, ahead of the Spurs game? Are we too tired for those games now because that was mentally draining? Or are we on cloud nine? Like, and are you confident ahead of those games, or does it change anything for you?
I do think it changes a lot, because we went down in a fixture that we absolutely had to win. And I can't really tell you off the top of my head the last time we did that. Like, it feels like anytime we go down in an important game, It's just us hitting the crossbar, their keeper playing out of his mind, us missing sitters. Like it seems like that's always how it is when we go down in a very important game. And it didn't happen this time. Mahrez steps up for a penalty, nails it. Foden, do I need to say more about him? What a player.
You do. Talk to me about Phil Foden. Tell me why you love him, man.
How can you not? Like, as a fan of the game, how can you not love that player? Like, oh my gosh! Every time he's on the team sheet, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that he's playing.
That's mad, isn't it? At 20 years old, that we feel that confident about him playing. Like he feels like that it's crazy. Like that we're Manchester City and we've had David Silva, Aguero, Yaya Toure, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling at his very best, and all Nasri and all this kind of stuff. And we look at Phil Foden now, and I don't know about you, but I feel as excited when he's playing as I do with those players already. And that's not normal for someone of his age. I know he's been around the first team for a while now, but that just shows you we know a thing or two about good players. I guess what I'm getting at, because we've had a very good recent memory of world-class players, literally world-class players. And
I mean, we've got Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, the best midfielder in the world, and we're gawking at Phil Foden, a 20-year-old.
Yeah, we're just looking and go, Phil, I love you, man. Like Kevin De Bruyne, and you're like me with like Kevin De Bruyne, the Drake one, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Foden. Yeah. I've got to get this comment up from Danny. Danny is a super chat. Big love to Danny for the super chat, man. Thank you so much, Danny. He says, "What do we do against Chelsea? Wouldn't be surprised if Pep rested some players. Proud of our players. Not trying to be that guy, but Riyad Mahrez is as money today." I don't know what you mean by that, mate. But like, Foden and KDB are magical. I don't quite get the point of Mahrez. I think I missed some. Not sure if it's a typo or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think there will be a change. I think there has to be a change for the Chelsea game because simply there's too many players. They're going to be tired. Fernandinho will come in my opinion. Jesus will come in my opinion. Cancelo will come in. Laporte will come in. That's already 4 changes right there. I mean, can you see more, mate?
I mean, potentially, but I don't know if we need to do more. I mean, I don't know. We have the deepest squad in the world easily. So I'm not worried about changes at all. Like, we played our best team today. And yes, the Chelsea game is very important. Very, very important. But I won't be sweating it because of a lineup. Or we're not going to play the Leeds lineup.
Of course. Yeah, of course, man. Silas, it's great to chat to you, man. I'm going to get Lewis on because he's been waiting an awful long time. You have, but come on again after the I've forgotten Chelsea. Come on after Chelsea, man. Good to chat to you.
Yeah, I'll try to. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for the support. Catch you in a bit, man. See you later. Bye. Oh, I jumped you in by accident. I pressed the wrong button. Hello, Lewis. How you doing, man? You all right?
Hello. Yeah, is it all right,
man? Good to meet you.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, don't worry.
It's so weird, like literally from like been watching you since the Blooming Rising days, and it's just like seeing how it's been on here for you. It's just been,
mate. It's weird. I used to mock Nicola for watching YouTube video, watching YouTubers, and eventually I became one by accident. So it's a very strange life. Takes you to weird places, man. But Lewis, thank you so much.
You're meant to do it for a reason.
Well, I guess I'm just relatively good at being a gobshite, chatting away about football. But I appreciate all the support, Lewis. I know you've been supporting me for ages. So thank you so much, man. It's good to chat to you as well. And especially good to chat to you, mate, after a night like tonight. How are you feeling? What was your reaction at full time?
I was like, this whole game was just tense. And there's been tense moments this season as well. But especially like the last week, I was like thinking, Leeds, please just be a normal game. But Pep said it perfectly. It's just like, I didn't want that. And it's just like this whole week has just been, I'm surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a few years have gone off my life. And it's been, it's been
on my head. I had to sleep earlier, man. I had to have a nap because I was like, my head was banging like it was there. I needed to lie down a little bit. I'm not sure it was just stress preemptively or whatever, but it is, this City team they can like crush you down, can't they, like that? But once again, I guess it looks like Pep was right about the Leeds game. I know obviously it was difficult when we lost, but he was right, I guess, in favour of the rest players to be ready for this. I mean, what did you make of Zinchenko today, man? Because we haven't talked about him yet on this stream, but to come in today and play the way he did, impressive. Lewis, I can't hear you.
I said earlier on this season that your
connection's a bit poor, Lewis, unfortunately. Mate. You're breaking up an awful lot.
He's been exceptional. I'll try and...
Lewis, mate, I can't hear you. You're
I didn't
disappearing.
like...
I think you might need to check your internet connection because it's breaking off an awful
Really?
lot. Yeah, sorry, mate. It's going on and off. Oh, you're back now, obviously, as I say that.
But he was... Is it gone again?
No, I can hear you now. The second, it's all right now. You've lost you, mate. Lewis, I might have to go to another person if that's all right for now. But if you want to come back in at the end, I'll get you back on again at the end, man.
I didn't like him earlier on this season, but he's been by far one of our yeah.
I can't. Unfortunately, mate, I can't hear you. I'm so sorry, pal. Lewis, I've got to kick you off and come back to you, mate. But if you want to come back on at the end, I'll definitely bring you back on. I'm so sorry, man. But the internet's really breaking up and it's difficult for it to hear. So unfortunately, I'll catch you soon, mate, Lewis. Come back on at the end, okay? Try and get your Wi-Fi sorted, okay? Catch you in a bit. Sorry, Lewis. By the way, if you're watching, get your wife so come back on. I want to say, Danny meant Mahrez' money today. That makes more sense. Makes an awful lot of sense as well. Mario saying, "Oh, how good does that feel, eh?" Not gonna lie, as soon as Bellingham scored, I hit the drinks, but I forgot that we had KDB and Phil Foden, Nino get in. Exactly, man. Well, there's a KDB, there's a way always, and likewise with Phil Foden, a man becoming bigger and bigger every single day with his ability on the ball. Big love to Mario and big love, of course, to Danny. Absolute legends. Safi, I'm coming to you, pal. I hope you're there. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Another matching shirt twin. Life's good, eh?
Yeah, it's as good as it ever has been, man. Like, I was so nervous today. I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up this morning. Like, I think I only had like 6 hours of sleep because when I woke up, I was so scared because I just got deja vu of Spurs, Leon, Liverpool. I was so scared. But today was different, and yeah, I mean, I'm so happy.
It was different, man. It was different, wasn't it? Like, it did. By the way, Robbie's just put in the private chat. 6 hours. That's a good night for me. I can relate to Robbie. By the way, I sleep about 4 hours a night. I never sleep. But either way, it did feel different, didn't it? It did feel different. Like, is there anything? I've asked a few people this now, but is there anything you put it down to personally? Like, why does it feel different? Why was it different? I guess, and why does it feel different?
I mean, the experience comes into play in these kind of situations because we've lost 3 years in a row, and the players have that in their head right now. So you have to say, and I heard Gundogan's interview after. He's like, we couldn't let this one slip. Like, it was just, we have to wait another year to get to this stage again. We couldn't let this one slip. It's just the way we've gone out in the last 3 years as well. It was so cruel. So I mean, it had to be this year, and we went down. And I mean, sometimes we don't have a good reaction when we lose, when we go down a goal. Because against United, we didn't come back a good. Against Leeds, we went down, we came back, but then they took the lead again. But I mean, I just, in general, when we go down a goal, it feels like we just become flat. But today, I don't know what Pep said to them at halftime, but when we came out, we're just so good. And I mean, I'm relieved. I'm so relieved.
Be honest, man. Be honest. How were you feeling at halftime?
Like,
were you calm or were you raging?
I was raging. I couldn't take it. I swear, at halftime, as soon as the whistle blew for halftime, I put my head down and I was just sitting there for the whole halftime like this, and I couldn't do anything. But then the game started again, and I was shaking. I couldn't even stand up. I'm telling you. But and once Mahrez took I thought De Bruyne was gonna take the penalty, and I was pretty confident. And then I see Mahrez gonna take the penalty, and before all of that, I didn't even know if it was gonna be a penalty. And then
that was so fucking confusing, wasn't it? I was like, I didn't know what was going on at all, and I was there like, is it a penalty? Is it not a penalty? It was a lot to take in. I'm not just saying this. I was genuinely relatively relaxed. I was obviously upset, but at halftime, I felt we would score. I always felt we would score tonight because we pretty much always do score, and that's what I was saying to Asan when I did a video the other day. Is like, even when we go out, we still score. Like we scored against Lyon, we scored loads of goals against Monaco, we scored plenty of goals against Spurs as well. So I always knew we'd score. I was just hoping it'd be enough. And obviously, the longer it went on, I was getting more and more nervous. But we did create some chances in the first half, so I felt a little bit confident that we would do, but I can't say I was fully confident. What did you make of Diaz and Stones tonight as a partnership? Because obviously there's a slight shaky thing early on, but how do you think they reacted to the slight setback early on?
You know what? In the first game, Diaz had a shaky game. Right. Yeah. Today, Stones had a weird start, but the way they came back, I'm so confident in them now. I'm just so confident in them. If they're 1-on-1, like I scream at the TV, "Come on, Diaz!" and he gets the ball, it's just I'm just so confident in these two now, and I think that they are at the caliber that like one of the best center back pairing in the world right now, if not the best, because if you go around the world, there's not many as good as them, and there's not many that can do what they can do. So I mean, both of them were amazing, and to quiet someone like Haaland who couldn't score in 2 games against them, I mean, that's incredible because he's one of the best number 9s in the world. And next we have Mbappe and Neymar to play against. So I mean, they're going to be crucial. And same with Kyle Walker, he's going to be so crucial because it's a speed test between him and Mbappe because we know how Mbappe loves to use his speed. So I mean, it's going to be a crazy game, but I hope we get through that too.
Mate, I can feel your energy. You're absolutely buzzing. I can sense it off you, and I can relate to it. I can know exactly. I'd be exactly the same if I was on the other side of these questions as well. But like, one thing I will say about Diaz is like, I feel we forget because Diaz is such an experienced player how young he is in terms of football. He's only very young still. He's the youngest defender in the Twitch side, and he was the leader, and he was the youngest defender. He's younger than Zinchenko. We see Zinchenko was young, and I guess the point I'm making with that comment is that this is important for him as well. You know, like he's still got a lot to prove in the game, so that would have been massive for him tonight. And alongside Zinchenko and Walker. And Walker's made a few mistakes in this competition. Stones has made mistakes before. And Zinchenko's obviously still proving himself. That'll be massive for them, won't it, man? It'll be massive for their confidence and their belief and their conviction. And Foden as well now will believe that he's a difference maker at this highest level. How good's that, man? How big is that?
Yeah, Foden is just a difference maker on a whole other level. Like the way that he can it's almost like there's not much more than he could do because he grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and he just took it. Like the way, I realized from set pieces we were trying a lot because we know that they're weak from set pieces, and we tried to crowd the keeper, but this time they made a change and Foden was in space, so we got the ball to Foden. The way he scored that goal, the way he celebrated too, it just shows that the energy and just the passion he has for this club, and everything was just amazing about what Foden had. It was crazy. And about I wanted to say something about Walker as well. And sorry, Walker and Diaz. Diaz, like a game he struggled, but that shows his character. The way he came back tonight and he had a flawless game. The way he played tonight was so flawless, and it just shows his character, and that's why he's a leader, and that's why I think he's gonna be the best defender in the world when he's in his prime. And
I'm with you, man. He's got some players exude an aura of like you can tell they're going to the top. You can tell they're going to reach the highest levels and they're going to win loads of trophies. And Diaz has like you can tell 10 years from now if he's still at City, it means he's a club legend. It's as simple as that because he's that good a player. Safi, mate, I think Farsad's been waiting for ages as well, so I'm gonna leave it there. If that's all right, mate. But it's good to chat to you as ever. Come on, man.
Let's go, City.
Catch you in a bit. See you later, dude. See you later. Farsad, I know I'm coming to you, mate. Hello, I know you're very tired. I apologise for keeping you waiting. But I know you asked in the chat, but like I can't bump unless everyone agrees. If that makes sense.
I know what you mean. It's fine.
I don't think everyone noticed, but like, how are you, man? You must be exactly. What time was it there in Singapore?
It's now 6:13 a.m.
Oh, mate, you must be bloody exhausted. Was it worth it though? Was it worth it?
The thing is, I was planning to get a few hours of sleep before the game, so I was in bed around 12 because it kicked off at 3 a.m. here. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll try to sleep from 12 to 3, and I was just so fucking nervous. I got maybe 20 minutes of sleep, all in all. I got like a little nap in the middle, and then I woke up again thinking I'd missed the game, or I jumped up just to check my phone. But no, 100% worth it. Fucking great night. It was just a great night for me. And
Is it as big a deal as it feels like it? Because I've asked everyone that, but I'm genuinely curious because obviously it feels like it's worth saying we are only in the semi-finals, so we haven't won anything. But like, is this the biggest deal as it feels like it is?
By the way, check the mug. Check the mug.
Yes, my face is over in Singapore. I love it, man. But if it is as big a deal as it is, like, why? Like, what does this mean for you as a fan? Like, why?
So, I think personally for me, and I'm sure others will feel the same. Just like the way the last 3 years went in this competition in the Champions League. Not only was it disappointing to go out in the quarterfinals 3 times, but just like the way it happened. Okay, Liverpool wasn't great, right? They just kind of, we showed up to Anfield first leg and they were just that much better. So you can't complain too much about that. But then Spurs,
Yeah, of course.
just the first leg wasn't great, and that comes down to, okay, did Pep overthink it again? Blah blah blah. Second leg was just hard to take because it was just defensive mistakes, and then Sterling got the late winner, and then everyone was celebrating, and then it was just snatched away. Pain. And then last year with Leon, how just again, did Pep overthink it? Did he change too many things against a team that I don't think it's unfair to say that we're just superior to, right? We were a better team than Leon, or that Leon team anyways. So
do you think go on,
Karen. Yeah. No, so I was just saying, just given that, Dortmund as well, a team that I don't think is unfair to say that we are the better team, right? Overall.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, and I came on after the Leeds game to chat with you, and I was telling you that I think that wasn't a very that performance from the team just wasn't. Well, it wasn't bad, but it was it left us with reasons to be nervous. So today, the way that not only did we get the win, but then we went down quite early in the game, and I think even a year or maybe two, if this same thing happened, I think the team would have just crumbled, and it would have just gone. It would have gone wrong again. So the fact that they showed that fight, and that I feel like there's this change in mentality. Like,
what's that down to, man? What's that down to in your opinion? What's changed it? Like, why is there a change in mentality?
I think. Well, not to be too obvious, and a lot of people would say this, but yeah, you have people like Ruben come in, have impose themselves in at the back, show that leadership, and he wasn't great last time around, but then it's even better that this time he came, and he honestly, I think he made no mistakes. He was just on it. He was doing what he's been doing the whole season. But then I think what I was saying as well before, with the shit that happened the last few years in this stage of the Champions League, I think they all just came together and they said, we're not going to fuck this up again.
I think you're right. I think
it's just as simple as that.
I know. I think you're right, and I think there was a change in tack from what Gundogan was saying, and Zinchenko was confident, which I admire. I remember his comments. He's been really look at the UK mug; it's great. I love it, man. I always go to get my because it's just at the front because I occasionally grab my own out just because it's the first cup I grab. But the amount of times I've nearly been just chatting to another channel or whatever on a live stream and realised I've got my own fucking mug out. I look so arrogant. I'm there like, oh, I can't use my own mug on a fucking stream for another channel. And I like streaking off camera, but you're allowed to. It's fine. But either way, but no, I agree with you, man. I do think there's been a change, and I think the players have decided. Like Ryan as well saying the team's mettle and resilience shine through. Oh, my camera's about to change. But yeah, I agree, man. And I think that it's come from the players. I need to change the camera there because everyone's gone flat. But I think it has come from the players, and I think that's really encouraging because they've decided themselves to fix it. And if you get that confidence from a team, that can be really empowering, can't it? Because Guardiola's left to trust them to it, and they've gone out and showed it. It's a pleasure, man. Unless you go for it, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, just one more thing is just that I just love Foden's goal, incredible. And I know, by the way, I know a lot of fans of other clubs show up in the stream and they want to talk shit. So if you guys are seeing this, don't ever compare any of these other kids to Foden. All right, fuck off with Greenwood. Fuck off with Hudson-Odoi don't even bother. No, right?
They are very good young players, but this is a different level. He's on a pretty different level.
Just like as good as that goal was, to top it off, just the way that he ran over to Pep, and then all of them came, and then all of them got together. Yeah. That just made it that much better. And
it was wonderful.
I think that also kind of plays a part because it's like the way that they seem so united and just so they're all doing everything this season together. They all have this one goal, and Pep has said we shouldn't think about the quadruple, we shouldn't think about this, that, take it one game at a time. But things like that, you can see how much they all want to do it. You can see how much they all want to just get everything possible. And the fact that we're still here competing for 4 titles, and I don't want to get ahead of anything, but it's still on. We're still here, and it's still possible, and I just love that.
Don't say
I
the
don't know.
Q word, man. Don't say
I'm
it.
thinking a lot. I don't know. Maybe I probably am thinking too much into it, but I love how together everything seems, and how unified it all is. So
No, you're right. There's a connection with that squad that is like what we've achieved so far. I know I've said this a billion times. Like I've tried to say it. Like what we've achieved so far would not be possible if this squad was a bunch of bottlers, or if they were wasteful, or they weren't focused, or they didn't work hard. And people, it always bugs me when people go to like, they didn't play hard enough, or they didn't try, or they're not professional. The bottle is like, where we are wouldn't be possible. Where we literally what we've done this season wouldn't be possible if the squad was any of those things. Turn around and say they played badly, sure, but then when we start questioning their character, it's just not fair, because we are literally in every single competition. We're now in a semi-final. We're already in another semi-final. We're probably going to win the league, and we're already in another final. That's just, it's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous.
If they were bottlers, like people like to say, they just go back to December. We were 12th in the league. We would have just said at that point, fuck it. We're not going to win it this time. Let's take it easy. So
yes, they are human. Yes, they will make mistakes, and yes, they won't win everything and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? Maybe they will, but yes, it won't be perfect. But they've clearly shown that they will work fucking hard, man. And that's what I've been saying since the Leeds game and this morning is like, this team are so fucking good, and even if they're not perfect, they are still as close to perfect as it gets at times. So I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him, and likewise, we all should be. Farsad, it's been a pleasure, mate. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna go to Robbie if that's all right. Go get some sleep, and hopefully you don't feel too much sleep deprivation, but it's been a pleasure chatting to you once again. It's like 6:30 in the morning now, isn't it, for you? That's ridiculous.
I want to go to bed now. Thank you, man, for having me on.
Catch you soon, man. Very, very soon. I'll speak to you post Chelsea. See you in a bit, dude. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
I think I'm coming to Robbie or Sean next. Let me check what they're saying. Robbie next. So Sean's still eating his dinner. Got salmon on the go, the fancy bastard. A bit of Man City and salmon at the same time. By the way, if you are a member and you wonder how I'm seeing this, if you're a member, go to the youtube.com/Esteemed Kompany, click the community tab, and you can join in if you're a member and have your say. You may well wait a bit because there's a queue and everyone's polite and cordial because we're all City fans here, but you can chat away to me. And if you've got something to say and you want to say hello, or just you want to just sit there and smile and wave a flag around, because Safi's still in the green room waving a flag around. It's adorable. I'll go to him for 1 second just to quickly show. Look what he's doing still. Get your flag out. There he is. Hey! See you later, Safi. He's just shaking his flag around. He's been doing that for ages. But either way, I'm going to Robbie now. Robbie, I'm coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. To be honest, it's not. I love the energy from all the other guys, but it's not actually sunk in yet for me. I don't think I've had that. I don't think I've had that sort of elation and that high yet. Obviously, I celebrated it, but I didn't even celebrate the second goal. Like,
I can't relate to that. I was all over the place.
I did, but I don't know. I expected the keeper to save it. It's a bit controversial. I think the keeper should have saved Foden's. But yeah, so I didn't properly celebrate it because I thought he would have saved it, and then I saw it, and by that point I was just like, we've actually done it, and I didn't get a chance to properly celebrate it. But it's probably not sunk in yet. I don't think it will till I get up tomorrow.
Well, I guess maybe you're just actually like, well, we've only entered the semi-finals, you know. maybe that's where your head's at. But no, but I understand where you're coming from, because it was a taut, tense lead up to this game, post Leeds, I guess. Were you confident? I don't think you were. I wouldn't guess you were, knowing what I know about your. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't massively confident. I was in my head. I had it as a 1-1 draw tonight.
Big love,
I was thinking it was going to be a 1-1 draw. So I thought we'd get through, but I didn't think we'd win on the night.
Yeah.
And so that was a massive, pleasant surprise. And especially at half time, I wasn't throwing my toys out the pram like a lot of people were online, but I was thinking, oh, it's happened again, hasn't it? Same old City. But I sort of had that little bit of sort of hope, like, there's 45 minutes here to do something, and thank God we did, honestly.
When will we get past this cynicism, this inherent cynicism that we've got? Understandably, like when is it a simple case of winning the Champions League and then we won't feel scared anymore, or is it like when do we get past it, Robbie? When will it end, Robbie? I have to do that.
I don't think it goes until this generation of City fans that have lived through all this shit go. I think it'll always be there with us as City fans.
The young fans will be upset as well. We know it's true.
No matter how good we are, we're always going to have that typical City looming over us. We could win the quadruple and we'll still be doomsdayers, won't we? Yeah, of course. It's in our nature, City fans, to expect the worst. It's funny. I was sat watching the game. There was 30 seconds left and it was 4-2 in aggregate, yeah. And I was like, there's still time.
You dickhead.
I know. That's just the City fan in me. It's so stupid to say, but
it's there, isn't it? It's there.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like, what if they get a goal here? It's like,
how many goals would you have needed? Was
3.
it 3 or something? Yeah.
They would have needed 3 goals, and it's so irrational. But it's for me to say, but it's the City fan in us, isn't it?
That's part of it. And I would argue that's what makes it sweeter, and that's what makes these.
Yeah.
And like,
definitely, yeah.
Because you need to understand. It's the whole like you can't be happy about knowing what it feels to be sad, and it's true. It's
definitely
true. Like otherwise, you only know one thing, and you don't understand. The ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like I'm very happy, Robbie. I'm really, really happy, man. Like it's how do you think this sets us up for the rest of the season? And also, I guess the second part of the question is, how do you feel about PSG?
I think this puts us in a beautifully precarious position for the rest of the season because every game now is massive. And
it's too big, isn't it? It's too big.
You're looking at those fixtures. I mean, I think the PSG game falls 2 days after the League Cup final. It's a Sunday and the Tuesday. We cannot afford to rest players in either of those games. Something has got to give.
Do you know what? I don't even know actually because I've not let myself believe. I don't even know, and you probably know the answer. Are we home or away in the second leg, the semi-final, first leg? I don't even know. Someone tell me in the comments if you don't know.
I have no idea. I've not actually looked. Away first. There you go. Safi's just said.
Oh, thanks, Safi. I trust Safi on that one. But like away first, I was at the PSG game away back in 2015, and that was I was sat in the PSG end as well with Paul.
Oh wow!
We were sat there like that, and there was a couple of people looking at us, and like we were just like. Anyway, it's a different PSG now, isn't it? It's a very different.
That was
PSG.
the De Bruyne masterclass as well, wasn't it? In the yeah,
wonderful.
He could do it again.
He could do it again.
Yeah.
Like he scored. He scored in both. Did he score in both legs? I think he did score in both legs, didn't he?
I think he might have.
He scored. He scored the winner at the Etihad, didn't he? I remember that.
Yeah.
But either way, this is different, isn't it? It's Mbappe and Neymar.
They are a completely different animal, this PSG side. Over 2 legs, I'm confident, unlike me, to be confident about a City game. But over 2 legs, I think we have a much better cohesive unit than PSG. Our team is greater than the sum of its parts, I think. And that can't quite be said for PSG. They rely on individuality and individual brilliance from the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria. And you said before they'll get a goal. I believe that too. I think they will score at least one.
They will.
And Mbappe's pace in behind terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me, especially if he's going to be coming up against, because our left-hand side's our weakest side. If he's playing on that right wing, that's just going to that's terrifying me, because that's set in then. But I think we have enough to get through, and our defence proved tonight that we can shut out at the moment I'd probably say the best striker on the planet. We didn't give Haaland a sniff tonight. And
he's fast as well, by the way. He's very fast.
He is. He's deceptively quick.
He's lightning,
we didn't give him a sniff,
sprint
like
in the
I said.
Bundesliga this season.
Really, is it? Wow, that surprises me.
He's not far off Mbappe's pace, genuinely. Not as fast, but he's not far off. So I guess the point I'm making is that there is possible for us to contain, obviously, Mbappe's quality, but it is possible. Yeah. It's possible to contain fast players.
It is.
You never know.
It is possible for us to contain this PSG side, and their defense. It's good, but it's not as good as ours. And if we deploy the attacking talent that we have correctly, and Pep doesn't do a big Pep overthink, I think we will have enough over the two legs to get to the final, and then it's anyone's game once we get to the final. It's just getting to the final.
Yeah,
I don't even want to think about. I don't even want to think about it. It's too scary of a prospect.
Just close your eyes, close your ears.
Stephen, I'm not thinking about it anymore.
It didn't happen. It's definitely not happened, man. Definitely not happened. Robbie, let's leave it there, man, because obviously got Sean and Scott and Tony still waiting and everyone. But it's a pleasure as always, Robbie. Catch you very soon. Don't think about it. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to bed now, not thinking about it.
See you later, Robbie. Good night. See you
later. Thank you for having me on.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. Don't forget, once again, if you want to have your say and you're a member, youtube.com/Esteemed Kompany /join. And actually, you can just go to the community tab if you're already a member and you can jump in the queue, say hello and have a chat, a waffle with me, chatting nonsense here. I think Sean, he's had his dinner. Sean's ready for us now, finally. Hello to Sean. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
How was your salmon, man? So Sean's been cooking dinner during all this. He's been waiting for like 50 minutes. Like, how was your dinner? Was it all right?
House didn't burn down making it, so that's always good. It was amazing.
If your dinner tonight was a Man City player, like which one was it?
Shit. Tonight? Phil. Definitely Foden.
Wow, so that was a good salmon, man. That was a good fucking salmon. Like, you need to cook for me one day, man. That's a hell of a salmon you've got going on there.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
How are you after that game, man? Because we had broken the curse. Manchester City are through to the semi-finals against PSG. How are you feeling after that game?
I feel fantastic. I actually felt fantastic pretty much the entire time. I didn't even feel that bad after the goal, if that makes sense, because I was even saying it in the chat. Like, it was like the ball fell to him.
Yeah, I remember you saying
he literally just put it into the top bin. It's like people were like, Ederson should have saved it. It's like nobody is saving that ball. That's just a great shot. Jude Bellingham is fantastic. I hope Southgate is watching that, and it's just like, yep, he'll be with me.
No, he should be 100% on the plane, as they say. Even though I don't even. Is there a plane this one? Because some of the games look, I don't even know. Either way, but like, no, Bellingham was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But still, only the best second young English talent on the pitch tonight, because Phil Foden once again took all the headlines. Does this? I know this is weird because it obviously doesn't need it to change anything. But does this change anything for Foden? Like, because like he's just, and if he hadn't already announced himself, surely the whole world knows about Phil Foden now. If they didn't already,
I think there's been a few of those moments throughout the year. I'm thinking of the near post blast that he had where he had that cut inside and just put it past him. Like that one went viral in like the United States. Like everybody was talking about that one. And then this is another just banger where he shot it and people were like, "Oh, I didn't think it was going in." I was like, "Nope." I don't think that one could have been saved too. Like I really don't think anyone really expected him to like pull that one off. But he's done that so many times. I think Sam Lee has talked about it a few times where like they'll play that thing and the announcer says like most people are, taught go to that far post. He goes near post all the time. So hopefully people don't start recognizing that.
It's a bit of a special talent to him. He drills it hard and towards the near post, doesn't he? He scored against Villa in the Carabao Cup final that way, didn't he? I think I'm pretty certain he did.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at recalling stuff. It's always been a thing, but he's done it against someone else before as well. I can't remember who, but he's why do I want to say Norwich or something like that? But either way, he's done it before to someone else.
It tells you definitely a trademark. Because you're remembering them.
Yeah, honestly, I was just one of those people who can remember like the substitute in the 86th minute of the game 4 years ago. Some people can do that. I just can't do it. I forget shirt numbers, but either way, Foden's absolutely fantastic. How do you feel looking forward now for the rest of the season? Because one thing I was going to say to Robbie, but I thought I'd ask you this instead. Like, it feels to me, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, just trying to be honest way. When you've got that many big games, surely at some point something's got to give. Like, does it have to? Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe it doesn't. But it's just too many big games. You know, like the first game after the semi-final, the first semi-final game is after a final. We've got a semi-final this weekend. We've got to still try and win the league. Is it even possible? I mean, it's technically possible, but is it even realistically possible to not slip up somewhere?
Well, if you ask some of our fans prior to the game ending for the past 3 or 4 days, they would say we're not winning the league anymore. I mean, Jesus Christ, we lose to Leeds, and it's like, well, game's gone, right? Like the whole season's pretty much chalked. Every competition at that point in time, everyone was just like they've lost their head, and they're out of nowhere. Apparently, Manchester United is just like the end all be all, like top of the league team that everyone needs to be worried about.
Going to win 8 in a row, and you know,
yeah,
and we're going to lose 3 out or something like that. It felt strange, didn't it? I always thought I didn't get that. I said that about 10 times on video. I was like, why are we acting like we've just thrown the league? It was just felt a massive overreaction.
It's because Ole's at the wheel, and I mean he's just big brain. I mean he's taken the mantle. Pep is just a thing of the past. Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, and Pep has been saying it all year. I mean, there's going to be rotation, and he said it I think last week. It's like, you know, I'm going to make rotations, and people are gonna, if it works, they're gonna, you know, maybe give him some praise, but if he doesn't pull off, then people are just going to slander him. And it's like, you lose to Leeds, and he said going into it, like, there's no worse team to play than Leeds in this, like, in between Borussia Dortmund and the Champions Leagues. And it just didn't come off. But I mean, when you put like 7 players into the pitch who haven't played coming back from international break, it's probably not going to work out the bets. It's going to be discombobulated. But
great work.
They bounce back. They bounce back, and they show up tonight, and they were easily the better team, I think, for the full 90. I mean, the first 15, well, not the first 15, but like there was like a little break in the first half where it looked a little sloppy. We were playing out of the back a little bit, and we were just making some sloppy passes and just getting caught out on that. But after that, I mean, it looked like chances were coming. Kevin hit that post. I mean, I can only imagine if we didn't end up scoring, just like the replays of like the Mahrez chance, the Kevin one.
Yeah, the Sterling at the end. I don't, obviously he wouldn't be on the pitch, but you know, like it would have been played on repeat, and like I guess it shows once again that Champions League is a game of fine margins, isn't it? It really is. And, like
Absolutely.
The ref doesn't give that penalty, and who knows, maybe the game changes from that moment onwards. And but then I guess I do feel like we probably deserved.
I still think it was coming. I still think.
Yeah,
I
think it was as well.
Yeah,
we always score. We always score in Champions League. We just do. That's the thing. That's why I was never in doubt, because as I said to Asan, like he said he wasn't sure we could score tonight. I was like, look, to be honest, we keep forgetting that even when we went out, we still scored. You know, we still did score. Like, you know, we scored plenty of goals. In fact, actually, even when we went out, we just defense. We were letting ourselves down. So
exactly.
And we proved it as well. Like, how important was this for Zinchenko tonight? Because I thought he was good. He's not played as much as recently, Zinchenko. Despite playing an awful lot early on, he feels like he's been. Mendy's had the squad games, and like Cancelo's played left back in some of the big games. Do you think he answered any questions tonight, or did he prove anything that needed to be proved?
I think when I was talking about like that sloppy period, I think he was definitely involved. To be fair, I think he had a few of those passes, but then after that, like I mean, he played great. And it wasn't just him in that period, too. I mean, everybody was kind of off of it. But I think I had a feeling that he wasn't going to be I thought that he was going to be playing, because I didn't think Cancelo was going to get the look after the previous 2 games. He's been off of it. And I think now going forward, Cancelo will get opportunities in maybe some of the games coming up before the next Champions League game. But I think Zinchenko played really well. I think that's his position right now. He's done very well, I think, this season. I mean, it was kind of like the resurgence of John Stones and him and Cancelo too. I mean, all 3 of them really did jump a lot from last year. I mean, there were growing pains for Cancelo coming into his first year, but yeah, I mean, I think Zinchenko has really done everything that the club has asked of him. They've even tried to get rid of him a few times, ship him off to Wolves.
He's like, no, I'll stay. You know, like kid holds onto your leg and they're like, get off, and they're like, you drag him along the floor. Zinchenko, I feel like is a role model for everyone, and I know he's a multi-millionaire footballer, so it feels a bit reductive, but genuinely, like it shows at any level, if you believe in yourself and you persist and you work hard and you're likable and all that kind of stuff, and you've got a talent and you trust yourself to it. Obviously, it's not always going to work out, but Zinchenko he's a victory just for, I guess, perseverance and being also a good person, because I think that definitely helps the fact that he's so likable, and I know for a fact he is incredibly liked around Manchester City. That it makes it easier to put up with you being there, doesn't it? I guess, and like. And I feel like someone like Zinchenko should genuinely be held up as such a success for the CFG, the City Football Group, and all that kind of stuff. And also, I guess, just for young football as well, because once again, like he's doing what like United had a lot of these kind of players, so little squad players who hung around an awful lot, like John O'Shea and your Carricks, not Carricks, like the Fletchers and all that kind of stuff. Who got more and more important as time went on, who were just backups, but they hung around at United for a while. Wes Brown was another for a bit for United, where he hung around and eventually got more and more. And like. You need these players who are willing just to be there, and like Zinchenko is getting the rewards for his patience, and like I would love it if he like he won a whole bunch of trophies this season with Zinchenko playing left back, because yeah, go on, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
It means a lot to him, but I mean, like you said, like he is a genuinely good person. There's like stories of him just hanging around the club, like he gets there early, and there's like this one thing where it was like the youth kids, like the really young kids, like when they see like Aguero or Sterling and Kevin walk up, obviously they get like super excited because obviously like those are like the guys. When they see him, they go ballistic because he's like their guy. He goes and hangs out with them all the time, and he'll like run over, give high fives, and do all this shit with them.
He's lovely, man.
Like he genuinely like cares. I mean, I think it's the same thing with Phil. Like it's
one of my best mates is a cameraman at Man City. He films all the content, and like he just loves him. Like he was in Asda, which is a fucking supermarket right across the way with his wife, and Zinchenko saw him and went, "Oh, what's up? Hey Paul, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm Alex," to his wife. Like like this is ages ago, and he was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Elsa," and he just introduced himself like he would just see any normal person, just because he's done a couple of things on camera of him, and this is a millionaire footballer at this point. He already won a bunch of trophies, but that's what his level's like, man. He's a friendly guy, and that stuff it doesn't necessarily have to matter in football. But I tell you what, if you want to make the success that someone Zinchenko has, it does matter, because you make yourself you just make yourself easy to have around, and that definitely builds into his success. But overall, a successful night, Sean. Are you confident about PSG?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did you watch the game last night?
I didn't. I'll be honest.
Oh, fuck, man. Neymar is looking like him, like his old self, like just like it. I mean,
I didn't watch it, by the way. It's because I was too fucking nervous about this stuff. I didn't want to even think about it until I had to, and I was there like, what was I doing last night? I can't remember. Me and Nicola were playing your games. You just switched off from the world, and I was like, I can't be bothered of it. And were they good then?
I mean, yeah, they looked really good. I mean, I can see some people being nervous, but at the same time, could you imagine watching Phil Foden play tonight and not be nervous? I mean, sheesh. I mean, yeah, they looked really good. They did look good. I mean, it really was kind of like the Mbappe Neymar show. I mean, when you have those two people, that's kind of what you need, and then you just kind of hope that the rest of the people fall into place. But they look like Pochettino has kind of put in a few of his tactics. It doesn't look like Mbappe Neymar vibes. It kind of looks like the whole team is kind of going with it. Playing up together and whatnot. But they did create a lot of chances. I'm saying put Kyle Walker on the ice for, I don't know when the game is, but just make sure his legs are good to go, because he can sprint with the best of them.
Definitely.
And then
just weird to think. Weird to think, by the way, is like we're going, they've got Neymar and Mbappe. They'll be saying, and it's weird, they've got De Bruyne and Foden. They'll be saying Foden the way that we say. Like, it's crazy to think that, because he feels like a kid still, but they will be saying that. They'll be
he
like,
scores goals.
And Foden, I guarantee you, he's the exact kind of player who will love playing against Mbappe and Neymar, because all the skills will come out. I guarantee you, his touches and his tricks and his flicks, they'll come out because he'll be surrounded by it, and you can tell he's a street footballer. He loves it.
Their defense is not going to be, on par with a lot of the teams that Foden has done those crazy things against as well, and especially Kevin too. But I will say, what was it? There was an international game a while ago. I think it was Portugal, France, and our boy Ruben Diaz did pretty fucking good against Mbappe. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he held him. He held him pretty well.
No, you're right.
So.
You're right.
And that was a while ago, but I think Ruben will be confident going into it. That'll be a good little matchup to watch. Hopefully, it comes out in our favor. I'm confident. I think we can beat anybody. I mean, it's the Champions League. If you make it this far, you play whoever you have to play, and hopefully it goes your way.
Indeed, man. Indeed. On that note, I'm going to get a bit of Scott Denemy energy in. But Sean, thank you so much, man. It's been lovely as ever. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, I'm on City.
Go and enjoy the rest of your family if you haven't already. I don't know, but either way, go and get yourself a dessert. See you later, dude. In a bit.
See
you. Scott, I'm finally coming to you. Scott, the enemy, my friend. How are you?
There you go.
I saw you putting your shirts on before as well. I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
You're getting your dug in.
Hang on. Can you see it? Who I'm repping? Phil Foden.
He's one of our own.
It was Burnley. It was Burnley that he scored that other goal against.
Burnley, that was it.
About.
I knew it was some provincial English small town. Whatever company it was.
My cat wants to say hi.
Hi, cat. What's the cat's name?
Momo, like from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I've not seen Avatar: Last Airbender. Is that what
show?
Yeah, is it a TV show?
Yeah, it's a good series.
Is it about actual Avatar, like the series and that? Yeah.
So
the film. Is it linked to the film?
It's not linked to the film. It's actually a little bit different. It's more about like elemental, like bending type of stuff. But yeah.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I've heard of it. I definitely heard of it. Either way, Momo is as brilliant as Manchester City. Mate, how are you feeling after that game tonight? I don't reckon you doubted it. Did you doubt it? Because I know you're Mr. Positivity, but did you doubt it? Deep down.
Never in doubt, man. That's why I got those comments in, and I was like, guys, come on, this is us. We're inevitable. It's gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, my heart was pounding during that penalty kick just because of our woes sometimes with that. I was just like you. I was like, oh my gosh, you can literally see my heart beating out of my chest right now. But yeah, he put it away, and then Phil with the amazing finish as well. I was like, oh, this is what I love. This is why I love City.
He's so once again, as well as we were saying during the stream, like we don't do it the easy way, man. Like we never do. We have to. I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess also that's football at this level. There's no real easy games at this level, is there? I mean, that's probably the one thing we need to remember a little bit more. It's like this isn't gonna be Man City versus Crystal Palace at home or something like that. It's gonna be. It's just going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, and it's going to be because Dortmund, as poor as their form has been in the Bundesliga, they're still Dortmund. They've still got quality footballers, and I guess we were expecting it to be plain sailing, which is probably our fault. We should probably stop thinking like that because it isn't, is it? It's a high level competition, and if you're in this competition, it means you've got players who can do, really different, really special things, and they proved it tonight. But I guess the point I'm making is like. It's like we have to trust this side a little bit more because it's always going to be difficult. And do you think that would have meant a lot to the players tonight as well? Because it did feel like this was very much and it's always a collective effort when you win, but it felt very much like, they would have gone in there at half time, and they weren't playing badly in my opinion. But do you feel like this would have meant an awful lot to them? And like, how do you think it sets them up for the rest of the season as well?
No, yeah, I think this was huge. I think you could just see it even, obviously, I think somebody already mentioned it, but Phil's celebration. I mean, that just gave me goosebumps straight up. I was just like, this is the team. They want it. Everybody's in it together. They just all come together, and they knew at that point they had it. And I think that just showed that they are just brimming with confidence and really all together as a team. So yeah, I think it was huge game.
That celebration, I believe in football, and this sounds really simple, but I do believe little moments, even just little moments in a game like a goal, can really change the course of a season. I'm not saying the season wasn't going well, because it fucking was. Very well. But I guess like I do believe like that little Foden celebration, for example, is so collective and so cathartic and so communal.
Yeah.
That it has to help the team morale. It has to boost that belief, doesn't it?
It's just such a stamp, to trust in Pep and everything. Everybody just kept coming at us about, is Pep screwing up Foden's career and whatnot? And, I don't think Foden ever doubted it for a second what his plan was. And I think he just stuck to it and kept putting his head down and putting the work in. And I think it really shows in his ability and the way he plays. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I think he is one of, if not, I think he's personally the best world talent. I think he's definitely going to be winning a Ballon d'Or soon. Not soon, but I think he will have one.
Future.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? Why not believe that? Because I mean, like, but Messi and Ronaldo are going, then he'll be up against Kevin De Bruyne. Will probably won't be there in a few years, unfortunately, either. Then he'll be up against the likes of Mbappe and Haaland. And why is it not possible that he's one? Yeah. He's only 20 years old and he's already 20. One of the best.
Yeah.
He's already one of the best attacking midfielders in world football already. And he's not just. He genuinely is. Like most teams in the world would start him. Pretty much every team in the world would start him. So that therefore means he's one of the best, surely. Like, so like, He's got immense talent. Big super chat by the way. Omar's is saying, jumping
Yeah,
was
Omar.
incredible. We are inevitable. We are inevitable, man. And I guess that's something we need to remember. Omar, big love, pal. Absolutely appreciated. Jump on as well, Omar, if you want to say hello. But how are you feeling now ahead of the Chelsea game? Because I asked Sean this as well. But like, we've got a lot, and that's my only concern is not that we're not good enough. It's just that when you've got that many high intensity games, like you can be the best athlete in the world, but you're not even slightly nervous. I can tell. you got that many games. It's only human nature to potentially take your eye off the ball for 1 second. But how are you feeling ahead of Chelsea and then Spurs and then everyone else?
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm a very superstitious person, so I'm always never giving up on them. I'm always believing in the team, and I don't like to put out those bad vibes at all. So I don't really give up until the final whistle's blown. But I'm pretty excited for Saturday. I'm actually gonna be kind of having a hard time watching because I'm going to one of my buddy's weddings, but
how convenient of them.
He's a Chelsea fan, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna either be ragging on him.
So you getting married and you're just like, hold on a second, let's just watch the game together on your phone or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be wearing my City jersey underneath my suit. So if we do win, I'm going to bust it out and be like, what's up? You know.
He's gonna hate you. I love it. I want to see if that happens. I want to see a photo of it. All right. I want to see like a genuinely like you'll be that would ruin his day. I hope it's a terrible day. I hope it's a terrible day, man. It'd be wonderful. No, I don't.
Oh, man.
He's getting married. I'm sure
can't be too bad of a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be good evening at least.
Yeah, he gets to go on vacation the next day, so who can complain about that?
Yeah, we can't even do that, so you can be lucky. We're fucking stuck in this country. Like we're locked doors and that. It's not too bad. Finally, Scott, before we go, was there anyone outside the obvious tonight, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, whatever, that stood out for you? Anyone you want to give a special shout out to?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko has proved himself. I honestly think he's a very good left back at this point. He's even just his defensive abilities. I mean, the way he actually defends people one-on-one, he makes a lot of good challenges and actually wins the ball quite often. I think he is immense. Like, immense is one of our players. If you watch how much he actually contributes to a lot of the build-up play, he's just got such a good mind from that midfield. And I think the way that Pep's turned him into a left back is incredible.
Yeah, it speaks volumes for his versatility, his ability, his talent. And one thing I've just realised, by the way, I've been chatting for like an hour and 15 minutes. I don't think I've really talked about De Bruyne. Like which is crazy. Like it's because I guess we're just so used to him being absolutely brilliant. But once again tonight, I said during the stream, one of the reasons I'm not too nervous is because we have De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I literally have De Bruyne. Like and he makes you feel confident, doesn't he, De Bruyne? He does. He genuinely does, hugely. But go on.
No, yeah, I felt like that was one of the obvious ones. I mean, De Bruyne always. I think I saw somebody mention it that he was only the one showing passion, which I didn't think was true. But I do think it's true that he does show passion, and I think he's a very passionate player. And I think he's just one of the obvious ones. That's why I didn't name him.
That's such a strange take for me, that for like De Bruyne, because I think he's incredibly passionate. Like he's
No. They said he was the only passionate one. They were saying he was the only one showing passion. I'm like, are you not watching Phil Foden out here? I mean, even Mahrez was really getting in and trying to like make things happen. I think you can't not be passionate in a game like this.
That's one of my biggest bugbears in football anyway. When the team wasn't winning, they go, "Oh, they're not trying." It's like, no,
it's their job.
It'll happen every now and then when someone has a bad day, but in general, there's no way you can be as successful as all these players are. These are elite level athletes without being incredibly dedicated. They all are by default because that's why they are where they are. So it's like this because the ones who aren't trying are the ones who've got talent who are down in the couple of divisions low because they haven't tried anywhere near hard enough. But these ones, there's a level of ability that players get to, and they can be bottom of the Premier League or top of it simply because of their work rate. And like Zinchenko is a good example of that. So the idea that these players, because we weren't winning at some point, weren't trying hard enough, it's not true. If anything, they're probably trying too hard or concentrating too much and overdoing it. But either way, Scott, legend, mate. Good to chat to you once again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, as always, a pleasure, Scott. Genuinely a pleasure. And see you later, Momo. If Momo's still there, either way.
I think he's checking me out from the corner over there.
He wants some attention from his dad.
Yeah.
I'll catch you soon, man. Catch you soon.
Thank you.
See you later, Bye. Bye. A big love to Super Chat. Alan Petmancini says he's better than Raz. He's better than Raz. Stop pointing yesterday. He's better than Raz. Right now he is, but I know you'd be funny, but less of the negativity about one player to put on the other player. But big love for Super Chat. But I will say, get behind Raheem as well. But right now, he probably is. Definitely, I can't deny that. Either way, that won't catch on because we don't need that. Let's be positive, guys. But big love to that. Tony, I'm coming to you, mate. I hope you are ready. Hello, Mr. Tony Lee Curry. How are you doing, my friend? You okay?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Calm down a little bit.
Yeah, it's 5 to midnight now. I mean, there's no much. You've been listening to me talk for like 2 hours now, whatever. So there's no way that you can't be fully giddy anymore. But how did you feel at full time, man? Like, what was the sense of relief like for you?
It was the mental block. I think was the one thing in my mind going into the game, and coming out of it. I mean, you can see in the celebrations, even before full time when Foden scored, the way they all ran over to Pep. I think that spoke volumes about.
Why do you think that was?
Hey,
why do you think that was?
I think Foden's probably run over there as a sign of like, this is where you've got me to, kind of, like, obviously with all the speculation in the summer, all the papers that try and spin stories, the way they tried to portray him when he went away with England to Iceland, and Pep has stuck with him. Pep has stayed true to his words when he came to the club. He said, stay here, I'll work with you. And to score in a quarter-final away from home, I think that was Foden saying to him, like, thank you.
2 pivotal goals in both legs. Genuinely, he's won the game for us. It's as simple as that. I know obviously everyone else scored, but he quite literally has the pivotal goals in both of those games that one gave us hope and then sealed the deal. So the first game was massive because once again he put us back in the strong position. And like, I think you're right. I do think that goal means so much. Like, not just about winning the game. I think that goal, that to me was Foden. It felt like he knew he'd arrived, if that makes sense. He already had arrived, but it sometimes you see a moment and you feel like that's a changing, like, of the mental moment, because like, it was the way all the players suddenly felt. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now, literally getting goosebumps, because like, it's the way the players realise, you know what, we've broken this curse, and the way Foden realised, this fucking man who's told me to be patient, he was absolutely right. He was right, and look where I am right now, and I've just scored for the club of love. It did feel like that, and sometimes it can be more than just a celebration. And I felt like it was that, and like, I think you're spot on, man. I think you're spot on. And like, it's funny because Todd said, "Hey, Phil's the best celebrations." His goal in his first, like, he was pissed, love it. He was angry because he'd missed chances, and like, you can see how much it means to him. I feel like as well, by the way, that even came back into it in the back of his head subconsciously. He was so angry about his missing chances, and then he'd scored a worldie to win it, and it was just pure, wasn't it? It was pure like emotion, man, emotion. Like, and he was one of us out there. And he worked harder than some of us would probably work as well. That's the thing about it. Like, running and running and running. Does this change things for you, Dano? Does it actually change us in the Champions League? Or are we back to square one if we lose to PSG? Or does it not even matter because it's PSG?
I don't think we'll go back to square one. I think, obviously, a lot of these players were there for the Liverpool scenario. They were there at Spurs. And then they had whatever happened last year at Lyon. So
we don't talk about that anymore. That's gone.
No, we'll just ignore that one. So I think just getting to this stage was one thing. I think that was a case of, right, okay, we're still doing it. We're still at the same level. This was just a case of proving, right, we can hit the next level. Now, let's be honest, semi-final at PSG, that's not easy, and there is no embarrassment, regardless of how PSG season is going domestically. There's no embarrassment. Should we not progress, but I think this was the defining game for this group of players, because of the talk coming into the first leg, we won the first leg, and talking to the second leg was always what's happened before. It was never what can they do. It was always they've lost it before. They actually brought up the Monaco game today, which was Pep's first season with Pellegrini's squad, effectively. So, look, we'll go to PSG. It's going to be tough, but I think this was the defining game for them.
Definitely, man. I want to talk about Mahrez actually, because balls of steel. Like genuinely, I'll be honest. I thought he was going to miss. That's not because he was Mahrez, it's because he's a Man City player. So I always presumed they're going to miss. How big was that for him tonight as well? And like, is he unequivocally now in our strongest team? Because our forward line is fluid. You know, he plays change, but Mahrez has delivered big moments this season. He really has. And like, excuse me there. But how big a moment was that for him personally as well?
I think that was huge. I think even in the game prior to the penalty, I think he was fantastic. His work rate off the ball was great. The first half, the pressing by all the front players, you could see it. So he was putting in the work. Going into half time, it was personally my standout player.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
And there was talk on Twitter and stuff, like taking him off at half time, and it was like I don't agree with that. So
Twitter gonna Twitter.
So supposedly someone said that De Bruyne had originally walked up for it, and there'd been a conversation off camera. I don't know how that went, so I don't know whether De Bruyne's asked him to go and do it, whether he's gone taking the ball. Don't know how that's gone, but you know. To put that away, and it was some penalty that was, you know, right where the keeper's not getting that. So
Sean said KDB was at the spot. That's interesting, that, because obviously he scored last season against Real Madrid, you know, massive penalty as well. So I'm surprised KDB passed up on that, wearing the same kit you're wearing right now. He passed. It's interesting because again, Mahrez must have put in a really good case, and maybe it shows you, by the way, that De Bruyne doesn't really fancy penalties. You can tell, like, he doesn't want to take him. Like, and to be honest, if you don't want to take him, you don't want to take him. Like, it surprises me, but I guess you just know what you're good at. And De Bruyne is so efficient that he knows exactly what he likes doing, doesn't he? I guess if he doesn't like taking penalties, he doesn't like taking penalties. But either way, it didn't matter because they were right, and they scored. He scored. How does this feel now going forward to the PSG game? Because obviously, we know we beat PSG before, but it was a long time ago. They're a different side. I'll be honest, I didn't watch them last night. I can't even contemplate watching rivals that we haven't got to play yet before we have to get past Dortmund. Did you catch them last night? And how did you feel about it?
I watched the game last night. I just didn't fancy watching Chelsea, so I took the PSG game on. They look good, you know. Yeah, they lost the game individually, but they've progressed, and that says something for themselves. You know, they've got it in them. They've knocked out the champions, the holders. So for them, that's a statement for themselves. Yeah, like you said, we beat them. It was a long time ago, but you actually look at the way City have progressed in that time window. Yeah, okay, they've got the superstars, but as long as we play that solid back four, Diaz and Stones, or Laporte, I think the three of them are all fair shouts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not scared. I'm not like nervous, so to speak. I'm not gonna get excited. I don't want to get too ahead of it, but you know,
there's a lot to happen before that, isn't there? I guess there's an awful lot.
There's the management.
The season could be incredible, or really. It could be some awkward conversations going on by that point. You know, you never know, do you? Like, that's the thing, I guess. That's the thing about this City side is, like, as good as it has been, like, we could feel like fucking shit. We could lose against Chelsea, Villa, and Spurs, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, great, we've got the Champions League. And I don't think that'll happen for what it's worth, but it just shows you how that's the problem, by the way, of being this good. Every game at this stage of season means so much, and it's almost like it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and it makes me do appreciate actually, like, the treble United. So I was like, fair play to them. I know they didn't get this far, but like, fair play, because it's not easy, is it? It's not easy going this far and having this many games, especially like the Charlie's just put here. Like, next 2 weeks are semi-final. Semi-final FA Cup, final League Cup semi-final versus PSG, and of course Aston Villa in between. Like, it's just. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But can we do it, man? Can we do it? Can we get through all these games and get to the semi-final?
Yeah, we can. We have the players there to do it. It's just a case of, you know, do we set up correctly for the games and do a performance in? You know, I wouldn't care if all the games in the run-up it's scrappy 1-0 wins. You know, maybe don't look the best, but you know,
it doesn't matter. It's results now, isn't it? It's results. It's all about results
that's
now.
That's exactly it. You know, everyone talks about, you know, Pep's style of play and how nice it is and stuff. But I think to the back end of a season, after tonight, it's a case of just get the job done.
Pep's pragmatic as well, man. I think he's quite happy to just get results. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he's anywhere near as idealistic as people make him out to be at times. I think like he is willing just to try and win a game, even if it is a little bit, even if the performance isn't perfect. And he will obviously persist with his style, but I do think Guardiola knows, and I do think the Leeds was a compromise. And thought we should have succeeded actually, given the shots and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't come off. But I feel like he took a little bit of a risk, a necessary risk, given the shape of the season to come and all that kind of stuff. Didn't happen, but I don't think he would have been too down about it. I don't think the players would have been too down about it. I think we proved that tonight as well, But Tony, man, thank you so much. I've got John waiting. So it's been a pleasure as always, mate. I am fucking knackered. I just realised how tired I am all of a sudden. But it's been wonderful, Tony. I'll catch you soon, mate, okay?
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come on, Blues. Come on, Blues. John, I know you've been waiting absolutely ages and coming to you, mate. I think you're out on a walk as well.
I am.
Hello, John. How you doing, man?
How
you
you
right?
doing? Oh, let me go horizontal. One moment.
Don't worry about it. It's probably easy for you to hold it portrait. Go for it. Oh, there we go. Whereabouts are you, man?
We're good. I'm out in over by Washington, D.C., where I live.
Nice.
So, yeah, out on a walk in my
Is
neighborhood.
it like a post-game walk for a bit of fresh air just to revel it in?
Yeah,
You're walking around
man.
shouting City everywhere.
Everywhere, got to. I actually had a yellow poncho on, and I realized can't be repping Dortmund out here, so I had to take that off.
John, I'm going to let you on a secret, mate. I own red jumpers. It's fine.
Oh my!
I know. But it's great to meet you as well, by the way, mate. It's great to finally meet you.
Yeah,
John.
It's been a while.
John, thank you so much for the support, man. And also, how are you feeling after that game? What was your reaction at the full-time whistle?
Yeah, so I joined in at like the 35th minute, so we'd already gotten scored on. I have a few friends that were talking a lot of shit after that first goal, and so I was really nervous. Got home, sat down, and it was a lot. It was a roller coaster. I kind of had confidence.
I've lost you briefly there, John. I'm sure you're back. Go for it.
Yeah, I had confidence we would get back into it, but it's City, so you never know. Like, I mean, I'm gonna warn you. Leon has left a scar, so I hope you were prepared for that. To say that
well,
word.
I just tweeted, by the way. I just tweeted before because I thought this is a thought. Can we all agree to never talk about Leon again? Because it's over. It's over, man. Like, it is over. The Leon thing is the thing that's been used to beat us. But we just beat Dortmund, and they're a better side, but in that same kind of category. So I think we should have a truce right now as Manchester City fans. Okay. Fuck Leon. Let's never talk about him again. It's over.
Fuck Leon, indeed.
Yeah, man, I can't. I'm sick and tired of Leon. I'm sick and tired of Spurs. I'm sick and tired of Monaco. Liverpool I will allow because they're a very good side, but I'm fucking sick of it. And it's been used forever, and I do feel the players felt that way as well. And I felt like when they were celebrating with Guardiola, they looked to me like, hallelujah, man.
It was bliss for them. They were so ready for it. And I mean, the energy that, like, particularly I saw Bernardo and Phil just running all over the pitch. I think they're really good. Like, you can just tell the general vibe of the team. They express it with how much they're running. And both of them pretty much ran a marathon tonight, I thought. So I think just hearing the whistle for them, their legs are probably on fire and just
they
ready
put
to celebrate.
In the yards, though, didn't they? And yeah, that's why they were rested against Leeds, because we knew they were going to have to run. Because Dortmund, that's the one thing about Dortmund, is like people definitely played them down a bit too much because of the league form. But Dortmund are a very good side, clearly. Obviously, they wouldn't perform, but they played like a side free of those anxieties. And like they were running, and the energy from De Hood and Bellingham in particular in midfield, like just tireless, weren't they? And like
Bellingham is insane. That kid, he's going somewhere, that's for sure.
I want him to go to Man City. That's what I want. I want him to be a Fernandinho replacement. I love him.
That's what I was thinking tonight. I actually, like, everyone's been talking about how this tie was an audition for Haaland, and I'm not going to say how I thought that went. I like Haaland a lot, but I thought Bellingham really, he showed his class. If anyone really dismantled us, it was him.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just quality, absolute quality. I want to say thank you, by the way, to the new member, Epic Nin. Thank you so much to the new member, Epic Nin.
Go, Nin.
Epic, if you're watching, Nin, you can come and say hello if you want to. I must admit, it'll be very short because I'm knackered now because I've been streaming for 5 hours and I'm not eating dinner. But if you want to say hello, Epic Nin, you've got a little bit of time left. But, who stood out for you tonight, John, other than the obvious? We talked quite a lot about De Bruyne and Foden and Zinchenko. But was there anyone else that you felt had a good game that we've not really given enough love tonight on this channel?
Zinchenko is the one I wanted to talk about, but he's gotten plenty of love, I felt, and I'm
no,
glad
go
he did.
feel free to go for it as well if you want to.
I think I mean if I'm gonna talk about I think Bernardo really, like, while he didn't have any end effect, I didn't see him really doing too much to get the ball in the goal. I really think that Bernardo, like, I think he took the dirt out from under their shoes a little bit. Like, he made it so that when a lot of times where they'd be making a Dortmund player would be making a turn, Bernardo would just be there, and they're like, "Oh shit, all right, I gotta step back." And I think that's like I think that's his most impactful thing that he does when he's playing. He really makes a player second guess himself just with his presence.
Yeah.
And so I think he deserves a little bit of a shout. Like I said, he didn't do too much to get the ball in the goal, but someone else did that. So.
No, that's Bernardo. His commitment, his desire, his work rate. You need those runners, don't you? And obviously, sometimes it's slightly less glamorous, and you can be more elegant on the ball sometimes. But he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. John,
do you mind if I just get one quick question out of you?
Yeah.
I was curious of your thoughts on our defense. I didn't see too much of the goal. It seemed like it was kind of just like a mishap. Like, it really wasn't anyone's fault in particular. And I thought Diaz and Stones seemed a little. They really didn't have it together last game. I didn't think this game, from what I saw, I only saw, like I said, 60 minutes, but they seem to have it much more together and seem much more calm, which gives me confidence going forward.
John, to be honest, mate, I thought we looked definitely a little bit shaky early on. Zinchenko looked like a guy who hasn't played much recently because he actually hasn't. People forget he's been like Mendy's been playing as the backup guy, and Cancelo's played a lot of the big games left back. Zinchenko initially looked a little bit at ease. I thought Walker was fine defensively today,
okay.
and Stones was a little bit. He was on the wrong side of the defender for the goal, but it wasn't a criminal. It wasn't a massive mistake. It wasn't like anything catastrophic. He just the ball was coming over his shoulder, and he slightly misread it for the pass. But once again, we blocked a shot, and sometimes the ball can fall to the defender or it can fall to the player. And he fell to Bellingham. A little bit of luck in where he fell to him. And to be honest, it was just an insanely good finish as well. It was a good goal, slightly preventable, but it wasn't a bad goal to concede. I think people were reacting and said, like, it was a high quality finish from a block shot. And I don't think Stone, 99 times out of 100, by the way, like, that Stone was like slightly misreading that thing.
Not going to happen.
It comes to nothing, but it's one of those things where it can happen. But they needed like a misread long pass. They needed a block shot to fall to player, and that shot is slightly less quality. Ederson tips it around the post. It was fine. And other than that, though, what I will say is that they massively they got the shit together, and they were so encouraging. Diaz in particular in the second half, and Zinchenko, their composure went up a level, and they were rock solid. And I don't really recall any moment from Dortmund in the second half where I was overly concerned, and that's a credit massively to massive to them.
I agree. I definitely think we needed that halftime. It really allowed us to calm down, get our shit together for just a minute, and that's all we needed. I had something. Never mind.
No, it's fine, man. Quickly, just before you go, I want to see, where are you walking? Show us around. Gives a little view.
Oh, yeah, sure. So this is just like a little forest. There's a little bridge back there. I'm about to come up on a bridge up here as well. There's a little river or stream. It's not a river at all. There's a little stream down there. This is my standard walk route. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's rainy.
No.
Reminds me of Manchester.
It's very Manchester looking right now. I'm about to say, the little bit of greenery and walking through a forest in the rain. It reminds me a little bit of Manchester. I like it, man. I probably feel quite at home there.
Manchester might be a place for me then. Oh, yeah, I remember my point. Okay. Sorry, just for 1 second, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
All right. So you mentioned earlier with the Champions League, just once you get to this point, you have to play those teams that are just insane. And I think Dortmund was a good wake-up call for that, because I thought the Royce finish, while he was out in the first game, he should have scored there. The finish was really good. And I thought today the finish from Bellingham was also really good. And I think that's a good kind of wake-up call to finishes. You don't really see it all the time in the league or in the cups. So I think that gives us a little bit of a prep for PSG when you have people like Neymar and Mbappe who can put anything away. So.
Yeah, it's no, you're right. It's a wake up call, and to be honest, Foden showed the quality finishing that we need. Like a little bit of brilliance. We need that level of big game energy, man. I think Foden can bring that. For now, though,
I fell
John,
down in relief on that. Yeah, I'll let you go.
No, I'm not trying to get ready. I'm just trying to go to bed because I'm tired. But John, I'm just knackered, man. I'm knackered. But love you loads, man. I'll catch you soon. Come on after the Chelsea game. Oh, you can't. You're at a wedding. Unless you want to come out at the wedding, which I can't imagine you will do. No, that's Scott's at the wedding. God, that's how tired I am.
You're good, man.
Come on after the come after the Chelsea game if you want to, man. It'd be good to chat to you again.
Yeah, can do. I'll see you then.
For now, catch you later, man. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it loads, mate. See you later, dudes. Bye. Final chat of the day. I'm coming to the latest member on the channel, Epic Nin. Hello, hashtag quad season. I love it.
Yes, quad zone, baby. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Let's get on the
What's
hype.
your name, man? Good to meet you. What's your name?
Epic Nin. Yeah, that's my name. I do not want to disclose my name, so my real name. Yeah.
That's fine, man. No worries. Thank you so much for coming, member, man. I really appreciate it.
No, there's no problem. Anything to help you, bro. It's
no, 100% absolute legend. How are you feeling, man? How are you feeling after that game?
Bro, at the beginning of I was so stressed about the game, and then when we conceded a goal, I was so angry because I just let my stress out, and then as part when we conceded a goal and as the first half wore out, we played a bit better, but we were quite sloppy on the ball and etc. And then the second half came completely. I don't know what Pep said to them, etc. We played brilliantly from the start of the second half, and then that's where we've been keep doing chances. It was personally first half we weren't that great, and we only had a few chances. You could say the Mahrez one that was blocked by the defender.
Wallop in the crossbar.
Could have done better. We could have scored, but apart from that, we didn't do much in the first half. But second half, completely changed the game. Did we even have a sub during the whole game? By the way, I completely forgot.
Sterling came on. That was it, I think. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. It felt so insular. Like I don't really remember changes being a part of the game at all. But I think Sterling came on. But other than that, we were just consistent. I guess Pep kept what was working, and he was probably right, wasn't he? To be honest.
The good thing about those 2 legs that inspired me is that if we can keep Haaland, that means I don't want to make any comparisons, but we could at least keep away Mbappe or these sort of high caliber players consider because of our defense. So that just gives me a bit more optimism, etc. For the upcoming game against PSG, because I know most of the teams we're going to play against is more a counter attacking team because of how we play, etc. And I think, but so far on those teams that we played are counter attack, we've dealt them brilliantly. So it gives me even more confidence that when we play them like in May and back in April. So
no, I agree, man. I totally agree. Like it feels I feel like we should have confidence as well. I think that we should do. Like, to be honest, like I don't really. I think we underestimated just how much PSG will be faring City as well. Like,
and also,
it massively matter.
Yeah. Also, this is such a mental step forward for the players, etc. Because after year, this either the players have done a mistake and we've flopped it, or is a Pep mistake. And like for example, Leon last year. It's such a big help for just. A slight relief.
Massively, I agree. It has to be a big thing as well. And to be honest, if we can't take the relief from this, then what's the point really? Because it should be that big a moment. And I definitely sensed that it meant that much to the players as well, man. Like you could sense it, couldn't you, with the celebration, especially with Foden's goal in particular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, yeah. What's it else? Mahrez has been impressive this season, man. Do you think was he good last season? I can't remember exactly, but this season, though he's been out of the team, he's still performing because he's a type of player that needs like consistency, and now he's shining through, and it looks like he's on the starting 11 and he's just shining through. But I was like so stressed out when he was on the penalty because just does flashbacks PTSD about the Liverpool game.
Oh, mate, we've all got it. It's horrible. Like, I literally, my reaction in the watch long, I was like, oh, penalty. Then I went, oh, no, penalty. And like, my reaction was just like, I should be happy, but I was just genuinely nervous straight away.
What's our problem with penalties, man? Is it a curse or something? Because
we haven't got a penalty taker, I guess. It's because we've got people who can score penalties, but we haven't got someone who's like just full on, I take penalties, I score penalties. And Joe White as well, we've had actual ridiculous penalty takers. We had like Balotelli, we had Yaya, even Milner was brilliant at penalties. You know, we've had, and Aguero at one point was above average as well. But
the thing is, we got good. No, the thing is, right, with us, right, we got good penalty takers that can take on the pressure to score. But sometimes, since they're not the best at it, they just sometimes flop it. You get what I mean? So it's
yeah. But they scored it. Yeah, they scored it. And once again, like even last season, De Bruyne scoring the big game as well against Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Oh my days! You remember the De Bruyne miss against Liverpool early on the season? Oh my days!
Well, at least we've exercised those demons either way, and like maybe we should stop being scared about penalties now. I will always be scared about penalties, and like, but you can tell that De Bruyne didn't fancy it either because you'd think you would take it given last season, but no, he wants Mahrez to take it, and that's fair enough. Maybe whoever comes in next season as a striker, hopefully if it's Haaland or whatever.
Before we go, because I see a lot of people in the chat talking about Sterling. Let's talk about Sterling. I was like, I don't know what's going on with Sterling. Look, for me, it's right. Sterling, his overall round game isn't the best in the world. Okay, I would consider him as a goal scoring winger, like for example, like a Salah or for instance like that. And unfortunately, this season, I don't get what's wrong with his confidence. Is it because he doesn't play regularly, or he's just not adapting to the new way we play? I don't know. What do you think?
For me, Sterling, I really like talking a lot about the psychological aspects of footballers and how it affects them. To me, it's deeply psychological. I feel like Sterling, he's out of form, and it's as simple as that. But also, I do feel like Sterling's been a superstar. And at one point, like literally a year and a half ago, and he had like 50 goal involvements in a calendar year. People were talking about him taking the next step to
I think
the high levels.
No, with all due respect to Sterling, that miss, that was criminal against Lyon. That was actually criminal.
And I guess what I was about to say is like basically he was that highly rated, and then obviously he had a poor season and missed that chance. And I feel like it massively knocked to his confidence to the point where he's like, I think he's now currently struggling to accept that like people like Foden are ahead of him in the pecking order. And I feel like it's going to definitely affect your pride. It's going to definitely affect your self-confidence, and it has. And yeah, I'm sure he will. I think personally, I think he'll come. I think he'll get past it with time. But it's definitely right now. He's having to accept that he's no longer. Bear in mind as well, he's played outfield more than pretty much anyone. I think he is anyone for Guardiola. So suddenly, the guy who plays every single week with Guardiola is now actually on the bench. I think it's affected him here, and like he has to get past it, unfortunately.
Do you think with the new way that we play, okay, do you think that's because I personally think that Sterling is not a very good overall player because like in terms of not a natural winger, etc. For me, he's just a goal scoring winger that is very effective in high attacking teams that with pace, etc. Because now with wingers now. And I think in the wingers now you have to do everything. You got assist, you got to contribute in like the pressing, etc. Do you think he's lacking that this season?
To be honest, I know we all have very different opinions in that, and I think some people are so willing to put him down, just being like just a goal scorer, just a runner. But I remember like, and it's because football changes so quickly, and I will defend Sterling because I'm not denying Sterling's when he plays terrible, he's abysmal. But I do remember at his very best. I always remember particular games like Atalanta game where he was, and also Napoli, when he was just running them ragged, like direct, intelligent movement, great link-up play, scoring goals, big goals, and I think Sterling at his very best is an immensely, I agree with City, it's like an immensely complete player. He just isn't a striker finisher naturally, but I do think I don't think we're seeing Sterling's all-round game at the moment because he's out of form. And I think we're forgetting just how persistent and how brilliant he can be running at people. And I really maintain that we're forgetting how good he was at his very best. And I think we just think he scored a few tap-ins. But he was more than that. He wasn't more than just a few tap-ins. He was more than that. He was his overall link-up play and his overall movement. His game was absolutely of the highest quality. And I think like Pep Talk is obviously doesn't like him in the comments, but I think you're talking nonsense if I'm being honest, Pep Talk. I think you just only performs against lower teams. It's just not true at all. He's had some massive games for us in the past, but either way,
that doesn't make sense because low teams usually play low block, and sometimes it comes ineffective.
He's been written off by people, but he's out of form and he's had a bad year. But then, do you know what? So did Bernardo. And look where Bernardo's back to now. And it is on Sterling to improve. It definitely is on Sterling. It's not an excuse for him. It's on him to improve. But what I'm saying is that I don't believe that it's impossible that he won't improve. I think he will do. I think he'll get back to it. And he may not. And if he doesn't, that's his problem. And Guardiola will let him know. But I guess I'm saying he's worth waiting for because as bad as he has been this season, I also remember his levels and his levels. He was PFA Young Player of the Year for a reason. You know, he was
during that Sane Sterling combo. That year was really good. If you notice as well, back then he used to always attack the players with the ball, always drive of the ball, try and make it think
that's gone a bit. That's definitely gone a bit. And I think that's confidence. I think it's confidence.
Obviously it's confidence now. But I don't know. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to take. He takes less risk, so doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just hope he. Just for me personally, if he doesn't. I love Sterling's been phenomenal in the Pep system for the last few years since he's arrived to the club. Okay, but for me, I hope he proves us like fans like me wrong. Okay, if he doesn't performs, one point I can agree with Pep Talk is Sterling kind of overthinks on his decision making because he's just low in confidence. But for me, next season, if he doesn't perform to the standard he was before, I'm sorry he has to go. But I hope he proves me wrong. Like fans like me who think like that. But we'll see.
Let's see how he goes next season, mate. Epic. I'm exhausted. I've been streaming since 7:30, so I'm gonna go if that's all right. Because I've not even had dinner. I'm not had dinner, man. But it's a pleasure to chat.
I'm fasting, man. If you didn't know, I'm a Muslim.
Well, you teach me how to do some of your tricks because I'm fucking starving, mate. So I massively appreciate your commitment, man, to that because that takes some skill. Epic, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on, man. It's a lovely to chat to you. Catch you in a bit, mate.
In a bit,
See you later. I know Sean and Safi want to come on, I can see there, but guys, I'm just too tired, I'll be honest. I'll get you on for a quick goodbye if you want to. There we go. Quick goodbye if you want to, guys. But it's half. I've been streaming for 5 hours, so I'm going to shoot if that's all right. But Sean, Safi's got the flag out. See you later, Sean. See you later, Safi. See you later, guys. Good night, everyone. You're just there now, Sean, actually.
I just play video games.
Oh, are you? What are you playing?
Road Company.
Road Company?
Yeah, it's new, I think. I don't know. I just downloaded it. It's pretty fun, though.
What kind of game is it?
It's like a shooter. It's kind of similar to...
Oh, Rogue. I thought you said Road. I was like, what the hell's Rogue Company?
Rogue.
Like, that makes more sense.
ROGUE, yeah.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I'm going to go, though. You can wave out with me. Guys, see you later, guys. Have a wonderful night. City've just won. I'm tired. Either way, we're through to semi-finals. Come on, City. Go watch the match reaction if you want my thoughts on the game as well. For now, though, Sean's a legend. Safi's a legend. Epic Nin's a legend. Scott's a legend. John's a legend. James is a legend. Tony and everyone else. See you later, guys. Good night. See you later, Sean. Bye-bye.